Beautiful. Oh, I love seeing all your faces. Everyone looks so beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay. We're going to dive into aligned action today, guys. I'm going to be going through a lot of the steps in the workbook for all of the little job descriptions and like things you need to do each day in order to get to that next rank, right? In order to be doing your job description of either unranked to get to P150 or P150 to get to P600 or P600 to get to P1000. So definitely have a notebook ready, take notes, and let's go. Let's do it. You guys all know who I am here, so I don't have to introduce myself. Awesome. All right, so what is alignment? Alignment, guys, this is the most important step. This is step number one before you take any form of action, okay? Most people, actually, I shouldn't say most people because Christina called me out on this the other day. I shouldn't say most people. Alignment is something that a good chunk of us don't do before we take action, right? We think that taking a lot of action over and over and over again is going to get us the results. But as you all know, there is the law of attraction, right? So the energy that we are in as humans, how we're feeling, what our emotions are, you know, what experience we might have just gone through in the beginning of the day that may have shaped how we feel in this current moment is going to determine the level of like excitement or maybe like hesitancy with which we take certain actions, right? So if you think about, I want you to think back in a moment of your life where you tried to take a lot of physical action, but you weren't getting the results that you wanted, right? How did that make you feel? You felt like you were probably just like running on a treadmill, not getting anywhere, just really, really, really tired, but not really seeing results. So this is the first step that you must do in order to take action. And that's really, really important because I think in this business, you know, a lot of people are like, you got to show up, you got to grind, right? But it's more important to take step one, which is bringing yourself into alignment first. And then that grind's not going to feel so heavy. So like, oh, I have to get this, I have to make this happen. It's going to happen with ease, right? It's going to happen with flow and it's not going to feel forced. It's going to actually feel fun. Like when you feel good and you start taking action towards something, you should feel like you're in a place of flow, not that you're trying to force anything. Okay. So how do you get into alignment? And this is different for every single person. But alignment, just again, it's essentially defined as arrangement in a straight line or in correct or appropriate relative positions. Okay. So let's just think about in a straight line, right? If something's out of line, it's all messed up and jumbled and out of order, right? But when you bring yourself into alignment, into that state of, as I like to say, hara, which is concentration and a state of good energy, you can achieve so much. You can actually achieve a lot with less, which is really interesting, right? So how do you get into alignment? Well, for me personally, that's me slowing down and being quiet for a few moments by closing my eyes. You aren't less for taking 10 minutes out of your day to put your phone down and not look at screens, not answer calls. It will be there in 10 minutes. Take a pause, close your eyes, tune into yourself, right? Sometimes we don't realize that we're just go, go, go busy all the time. That actually can pull us out of alignment if we're giving too much of our energy to others, right? So you want to step back, plug yourself back into yourself, and bring yourself back into alignment, right? Another way to bring yourself into alignment, your chakras, right? Moving through every single area of your chakras and almost visualizing, right? We have the power of visualization to bring ourselves back into balance, right? To imagine that there's just this like beautiful water washing up and down, cleansing our chakras. You can almost visualize them coming back into balance. And just taking a few minutes to do that when you feel out of alignment is huge, 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 huge. Okay. Another one, nature, right? We're all plugged into our digital phones all the time. But guys, screens weren't even a thing like 50 years ago, right? This is such a new technology in terms of like humanity and our development and our evolution. So it's really important for us to realize that while these screens are completely changing our lives, we also need to take moments to unplug and take breaks and ground ourselves and put our feet on the ground and get sunshine and drink water. And we're going to be able to show up in such better energy if we do that, right? So it's never, you're never less by taking a few minutes, a few moments to go out to nature and recharge and reset, right? I think of nature and meditation as a way to recharge myself, ground myself back into my energy. And if you're a leader on this call who's getting on calls with people throughout the day, right? Zoom calls, phone calls, you are giving your energy to that person, right? A little bit of your energy is going to them. And that's good, right? We want to give our energy to those who we want to help build and, help them achieve their goals, but we don't want to deplete ourselves in the same process, right? So every time you guys get on a call, and I do this myself, and it's not like to be rude to anyone who I get on the call with, but I got to clear their energy off of me after I get on the call, right? I got to bring myself back into alignment with me and who I am, right? Because I might hear someone getting on a call with me and they might be projecting a lot of things that they're going through, right? We almost serve as, like, in a way, therapists and coaches for people who are trying to help get in started in IM. So you got to make sure after you get off a call that you reset yourself. That's really important. Whether it's closing your eyes for a minute, right, and imagining your energy just clearing from the bottom up, or getting outside real quick, taking a few deep breaths, bring yourself back to you, right? Sometimes I even will repeat my name, and this is a practice that I've learned from coaches. When you've been exposed to someone else's energy for a period of time, it's actually good after that session or after that call, bring yourself back to you, close your eyes, say your name. I say Shelby Gilliard, Shelby Gilliard, Shelby Gilliard. And it brings me back to who I am as a soul, right? So I can show up better for the next person I get on the call with, right? Even if I'm running between calls and I have call after call after call, I always pause and take a moment to connect back to me, right? That's really, really important to do as you guys are building this business. And I know a lot of you are on a lot of calls throughout the day. And if you're not doing this, you're constantly depleting your energy and you have to bring yourself back to you, right? All right. So once you're in alignment, it's about taking action, right? It's about getting on calls. It's about reaching out to new people. It's about taking trades, right? Going and showing up and learning from the academy. So action is that energy you have to put forth from your body to make something happen. And what I love about action, guys, is action is the present moment, right? Action is when we're fully in the present moment. You don't take action, well, you can plan action in the future, but you actually make action happen from the present moment, right? And let me look up the definition of action, because I love looking up definitions of things, because it makes you like understand it on a deeper level. So the definition of action is the fact or process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim, a thing done, or an act. So when we take action, we are doing something to achieve something, right? And the only thing we have control over is how much action we're taking. So I want you to ask yourself, where have I been lazy lately? Where have I been not taking action because maybe my energy has just been off? Maybe I'm not in alignment with something, or maybe I'm just feeling like this thing is just not calling to me. Where are you feeling off? Where are you not taking action? And I want you to go after this call and look and see and write those things down, because more often than not, guys, when you're in alignment with something and you love something, it's not going to feel like work when you take action, right? So you want to get used to that. You want to get used to being in alignment first, taking action. It will feel effortless. Literally, I love effortless action. It's so beautiful. All right. So action steps. We're going to get into action steps of being unranked all the way to P1000, right? Because if you think about, if you've worked at a job, there's like a list of things and tasks you need to do each day, right? A couple of years ago, I used to be a barista, right? And when I was a barista, I knew when I got there, I had to, clean the machines. I had to make sure the floors were good. I had to make sure I was making the drinks for the customers, making sure when I closed out that I had my tips. There was a list of things I had to do. Right. And if you think about if anyone who might be in a job or someone's in a job, so many people will put their energy, so much energy into a job because they know the exact steps that they need to follow. But when it comes to running this business, when it comes to growing a team and ranking up, it's actually not that hard of tasks, guys. But I think what trips people up is they don't know the steps they need to take each day. So, what we're going to go through is everything in the playbook that you guys need to know in order to rank up, right? In order to know what your job description is at each of these different ranks, okay? Now, I purposely didn't write out all of the words because I think reading through these is different than really listening to me. And I'm going to repeat them over and over and taking the time to write it down. I will say them out loud again if you need, but by you guys writing these down and hearing me say it, it's going to be more clear to your subconscious mind what you need to do after this, and you're going to grasp it. Okay. All right. So if you guys are unranked, the job description is to get to P150, first and foremost, get results. All right. Get results trading. That's number one. Okay. If you have someone on your team, get them results trading. They need to see that this works. Okay. You can't try and make someone build the business if they haven't seen results. That's just first and foremost, right? So, number one for unranked, get results. Number two, you want to find 3 people. It's really simple. There are only 2 steps to unranked. Get results, find 3 people to join your team, right? Find 3 people who are close to you, who you run it up with, right? Create your list, reach out to those close friends because guys, the first 3 people that you start with, those people are very important, okay? If you are serious about building this business, okay, and you're building under those 3 people, they are going to be just completely ranking up with you, right? Let's say, those 3 people are people you don't really know as well. Maybe they're people from social media. Maybe they'll stick around with you, maybe they won't, right? I know when I got to P150, all 3 of the people who got me there are now not active, right? Couple of the people who came after them though still are, right? And they are some of the people in my organization who are ranked at P600, right? So you want to make sure that these 3 beautiful souls that you approach are people who are really going to want to stick with you, right? Because when you have a team of 3, that's like your family, right? You get to show up and trade with them. You're now held accountable for them. So again, action steps unranked. Get results. That's first and foremost. Number 2, find your 3 people, right? We don't want to just go for 2 and free. I think 2 and free is awesome, but if you can find 2, you can find 3, right? Better to find 3 and have those 3 amazing souls to really build this with and have accountability for. Okay. All right. Next one is P150 actions. All right. So at P150, guys, you're earning $150 a month, $37.50 a week, and $1,800 annually. That's a good pay raise, guys. If you're working at a job, that's a good pay raise, okay? So everyone always says P150 is the hardest rank to achieve. I don't like that. I don't like that. When I first started, I told myself, I said P150 is easy, right? I didn't want to think that it was hard. If I believed that it was hard, it was going to be hard. So be aware of the words that you are speaking to the people who join your business, right? You want to set an expectation that P150 is very normal, right? 3 people is not a huge number of people to start earning residuals. So if you make it not so scary, right, and you break down the unranked part of, getting results, finding your 3, making that list, right, and plugging them into the Life by Design system, which is very, very simple, guys. PS3, you hear this all the time. PS3, your upline's going to help you close. You just be a connector. You don't have to word vomit. You don't have to say a lot. All you have to do is be a connector and then edify once you get them on that three-way call. It's very, very, very simple. Okay. So when you're a P150, your skill sets that you need to do your job description is to understand the fundamentals of what we're doing here, right? If someone asks you, what do you do? Just understand how to respond to them. That's really important, right? Complete the 100 series videos, okay? You're in the beginning journey of this process, and if you're going to tell someone else to go and watch the videos, you should have watched them by now, right? If you're P150, you have 3 people on your team and you're telling those 3 people to watch the 100 series videos, you should have watched the 100 series videos, okay? You want to update your bio, guys. This is big. A lot of people, for some reason, don't take the time to update their bio on Instagram, but this is the most important task you can do as a P150 because you're launching to the world. Hey guys, I started this new business, right? Here's what I do. If you go to your Instagram bio right now, do people know what it is that you do and do they know how to contact you, right? So that's number 3. You want to update your bio. You want to launch your business to the world. Just like we launch people into this business, we need to help people launch what they're doing out to the world so that it's everyone knows what you're doing, right? If people see what you're doing, they're going to be interested and they might want to join your team, right? Next one, prospect list. Get organized with it too. So organize your prospect list. I highly recommend Trello.com. Okay. Trello.com has saved my life. I love organization. So for me to be able, you can create these little boards where any new person I reach out to, they're just all on this one big list, right? And then let's say that person responds to me, right? I move their name over. Now they're in the responded list, right? Then I have a list where I have like their good connection, right? We connect well. They want to get on a connection call. I move their name over to that one, right? And so we're moving people through a pipeline, right? We're moving through people through a pipeline, and you'll start to see that when you use Trello and you keep track of who you're actually connecting with and reaching out to, it's going to help you know who to follow back up with. You can even put little notes in there. I put like, I want to know people, right? Where are they from? Do they have a pet, a cat, a dog, right? What do they do for work? I like to take all those notes down and I will write them in after I connect with someone on a call. So Trello, highly, highly recommend it. Start the organization from the P150 level, right? Because if you start building up and you got a big team and you're not organized, it's really easy for it to all get scattered. So start at P150 when you have 3 people on your team. So you can have a Trello board for prospects, and then you can have a Trello board for your team. And this is really, really important, guys, because as you start to build, you're going to want to only build straight down, leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, right? You don't want to build anyone's leg for each other. And you don't want to give away personals because people have to do the work, right, to see the results in this. There was I think it was Malachi Turner at the leadership event. He said, only God's going to give you 2 legs. And I love that so much because, you got to do the work for the other sides of your legs. Okay. Last one, you want to invite people, new people, at least 5 to 10, to the daily op calls. We have daily op calls every single day, guys. It's at 12 PST, 4 PST, 7 p.m. PST, and 10 p.m. PST. So we have 4 different opportunity calls that you can be sending leads to. Now, there are op calls that other people's teams do to help develop leaders. Those are great to invite to as well, because then they connect to your smaller like energy of your organization. But you should be sending people to those op calls because top chairmen are leading them every single day. Okay. So again, I'm going to go through the P150 skill sets again. So 1, understand what we're doing here and be able to explain it to others, right? 2, complete the 100 series videos. 3, update your bio, right? Launch your business. This is important. 4, organize your business, organize your list, right? If you're a business owner, you got to be organized. This is what you are. You're an IBO, independent business owner. Start thinking of this like it is a real business. And number 5, invite 5 to 10 new people to the daily op calls. We have 4 throughout the day. All you have to do is connect them to the info, keep track of them, organize it, and make sure to follow up with them, right? All right. So as a leader at this point, you're not as necessarily going to be telling people how to get to P600 or P1000, but you can plug people into the Life by Design system and help them understand how to go P150 at this rank. So that is your goal. Get as many of those people who are on your team to P150 and getting results, right? That's really important. All right, P600, $600 a month, $150 a week, $7,200 annually. Guys, this is huge. Okay, a $7,000 raise is big, and it's not that many people on your team, right? Not that hard of actions you have to take to get to a $7,000 raise. Okay, I know a lot of people would do way more for a $7,000 raise, and we don't even have to do that much. Okay. So at this rank, what you have to do is you have to understand the presentation, right? You have to be able to understand the IM presentation. That's number 1, and present on it. So if you don't have the presentation, reach out to, whoever, Jess, me, any of the leaders, and ask, hey, where do I find it? I want to start looking through it. Go back and look at other presentations that leaders have done and listen to how they speak, right? You should be able to explain DCX, FRX, ECX, HFX, and understand how to go through the presentation and speak it, right? Speak it out loud so people understand what it is we do here. Okay. One tip on that as well that Leanne talked about was she's like, I don't even mention IM. I talk about how we are an entrepreneur development company, right? And we help entrepreneurs learn how to invest. And there's 4 or 5 different ways you can earn income, right? She doesn't even bring up IM until we start talking about the business side of things, which I thought was really, really cool. So really amazing. 5 different streams of income that you can bring in online. And this is how you should be approaching people. If you're an entrepreneur, you don't want to just have transactional money. You want to make sure you're putting your money to work for you. It doesn't have to interfere with what you do, but it can add to what you do, right? So 1, basics training. 2, clearly be able to explain risk management. Okay. This is really important, guys, because I'm not going to lie, I've blown accounts in the past and it's not fun. But it wasn't necessarily taught to me right away. While I did hear leaders talk or educators talking about it during the go lives eventually, I wish it was stressed to me on day 1, risk management, right? On the launch call, that first thing you should be talking about is proper risk management, walking them through the trading plan, making sure they believe in the trading plan. And I always like to bring up 2 scenarios to someone. I say, okay, scenario 1, imagine you lose a trade, but your trading plan tells you to stop at, let's say you start at 1,000 and your trading plan tells you stop if you get to 970, right? So scenario 1, they stop at 970. They start the next day, they have $970 in their trading account. Scenario 2, they have the 1,000. Their trading plan tells them to stop at 970. They keep trading. They keep losing. Their account is now at 500. The next day, they start their account with 500. And I asked them, which one would you rather start the next day with? 970 or $500? What would you guys say? 970, right? And you'll make back that money plus more the next day. So why would you try and rush this process? Be patient, right? It's so much better to wake up the next day, have that $970 there versus 500. Okay, you don't want to self-sabotage yourself here. So bring that scenario to them, ask them that question. What would you rather do? And they're going to tell you, oh yeah, I'd rather wake up with this. And that's going to be ingrained into their head. Okay. Then you're going to want to understand all the products, right? You're going to want to understand how they all work. You need a strong brand identity at P600, right? when people come to your page, they got to know what you're doing. They got to understand what it is that you offer, right? You want to put your face in the camera. And this is something that is just good for everyone to start practicing, right? When you talk on the camera and you look at the camera and you look right like I am right now, right into the camera, people feel like you are speaking to their soul and they connect with you deeper versus if you just type out stuff on a screen, right? And there's a time and place for typing stuff out to share information. But when you can share your emotions and share your energy and put your eyes right on the camera right here, people are going to connect with you more. So make sure you're putting your face out on social media because people are not just joining they're joining with you, right? They want to connect with you. So they're going to feel more connected if they're watching your eyes, right? We are the window to the soul is our eyes. So people are going to feel who you are, your energy, what you're about if you stare them right in the camera. And that's really, really important. Another one, you want to collaborate with other leaders. Do you guys know other people in the community? We have thousands of people in Life by Design, right? Go reach out to someone new and connect with them, right? Someone in your area who might not even be on your team, go connect with them. That's really important. And lastly, develop at least 2 P150s in their business. And this is really easy, guys, because if you want to help someone go P150, send them a list of what they have to do, right? Send them a list and make it super simple. Say, hey, you want to go P150? Here's exactly what you have to do, right? Here you go. I will be here to help you. I will be here to help close calls. Here's the action steps you need to do. Reach out to me when you need me. Reach out to me if you want to put me in three-way chats. And let's go. You do this action, I will help you with the rest, right? So that's really, really important. So I'm going to go through P600 again. Number one, running the presentation, right? Practicing the presentation. 2, clearly teaching risk management. 3, understanding all the products we got in IM. That's really important. 4, strong brand identity, right? Putting your face in the camera so people can connect with you. 5, collaborating with other leaders, connecting with other people in the community. And did I say 4? It's 5. Okay. 5, developed at least 2 P150s in your organization, right? And just passing on the skill set. And one thing I really liked about this weekend, someone said, this is really, really simple. Okay. Each of these ranks are like the rank of chairman is like people think there's more responsibility. It's just different tasks that you're doing, right? And so don't be scared of ranking up to these next levels because it's duplication, right? Chairmans pass on the information to the P5s. The P5s pass on the information to the P2s. The P2s pass on the information to the P1s. The P1s pass on the information to the P6s, right? And so on and so forth. And it's like all you have to do is play telephone, but you got to play it in the right way, right? If you're playing a game of telephone and it gets to the last person, it's like the complete different opposite. Like, who even knows who came up with the random shit that they said? Like, play the game of telephone in the right way. Make sure that that message is duplicated past 10 people, right? All these actions I'm telling you, you should be implementing them and then passing them down to others as you rank up to P600, right? As you rank up to P1000. So that's really important. All right. Then we got P1000, right? To get to P1000, it's $1,000 a month, $250 a week, and $12,000 annually. Guys, that's a good pay raise, right? That's a good pay raise. If you're, let's just say you're making, normal average income, which I think is like, what is it, like 25, 30K a year, you're now making 40, 42K a year. That's huge. That's big for a lot of people to get that type of pay raise from, again, not even doing tasks that are that difficult, right? So this is something that I think Blas talked about. He said, P1, you're halfway to chairman, right? P1, you're halfway to chairman. That's big, guys. You're halfway to chairman at P1. So this is a big rank because it really you start to realize like, wow, I'm getting closer. Like I can do this, right? And at P1, all you have to do is weekly engage with your audience on socials. share what you're doing. Every single day when you get on a go live, share what you're doing, right? When you connect on calls with people, share what you're doing. When you launch a new member, share what you're doing, right? People are going to follow you and they're going to like that you're being consistent and showing what you're doing with this process, right? Number 2, open and close a prospect call. So do you guys know how to open and close? Okay. And this is big because I think when you connect with someone who's completely new in your life, I know there's a lot of people who get scared by connecting with new people. You should get excited, guys. We are on the earth with 7.8 billion people. Okay, there's a lot of interesting souls out there. Just be curious about them. That's all you have to do. Ask them questions, right? Get to know them, see where you connect with them. Okay, you don't have to be scared of that person because I guarantee you, a lot of times when people get on a new call with someone, they're feeling kind of the same way. They're like, oh my God, it's kind of like you're dating, you know, like who is this person? Who am I going to connect with? So just be curious, right? And don't be scared to form new connections with new people. Okay. And then you want to, number 3, host events in your respective location, right? And this one's big, guy, because I'm hosting my first event this Saturday. And I'm not going to lie, I had fear in me before to host a live event. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it in person. Like, I've done this whole thing online. Like, I don't know if I can do it in person, but I'm doing it anyways, right? So get past that fear, right? Do it anyways, even if you're scared, even if only one person shows up, do it anyways, right? Number 4, create your chat and your culture with your team. This is big, right? We're all in Justice Quantum Visions chat, but I also have a little Discord community for my team where I keep things a little more organized and we connect in there, and I have like a voice channel and everything. So have your teams, but understand that you're also part of a bigger organization, and it's really important to mesh with that energy, right? Still connect with everyone who's in those communities, right? Number 5, received at P1000, you've received a lot of no's. Okay. You've received a lot of this is a scam, this isn't going to work. The more no's, the more scam things you get, the better you're doing. Okay. Because it just means you're going through the numbers. And I don't like to say numbers more a lot because, everyone is a soul, everyone's a unique soul. But in the beginning, it is a numbers game because you're trying to sift through and find those people who you're meant to do this with. That's how I like to see it, right? Trying to sift through all the people who might not be serious or might be rude to you. And you're trying to find those 1 or 2 or 3 specific souls in that group of 100 that are going to run with you, right? So you kind of have to think of it as like you're searching, you're sifting to find those who are going to be right for you, right? Last one, you've developed at least 2 P600s in your business, right? We get to the rank that we desire next by helping others get what they want, right? Getting to the rank of P1000, guys, is it tests you, right? Because it's like you're good and you're halfway to chairman. You got 30 plus people in your organization, and you got to know every single person in your organization, right? When someone joins that chat, I'm like, who are you? Let's get on a call. I want to know who you are. I want to help you get results, right? I want to know who you know. Let's get on a call. I want to see how you're doing in this. So make sure you know everyone in your organization, okay? I'm going to go through them again for P1000. Weekly engaging posts and videos. Okay. Number 2, open and close a prospect call. That's really important. You got to know how to do this at P1. Number 3, hosting events in your respective location. Number 4, have that community chat with everyone in your team. Number 5, receive a lot of no's, right? Receive a lot of this is a scam just because you're just sifting through them to find those who you're meant to run with, right? And number, I think it's 6, develop at least 2 P6s in your business, right? Help someone else get to that rank. That means that should mean more to you than you getting to your next rank. It's helping someone in your team get to the rank that they want to get to, right? And passing on that information. All right, so those are all the steps of unranked, P150, P600, P1000, and out of all of these ranks, guys, there's one common action that every single person should be doing. Okay. I want to see if anyone knows what it is. Type in the chat if you think you know what it is. Let's see. Hold on, let me pull the chat up. Let's see if anyone knows. Prospect, gratitude. Yeah, honestly, both of those. Personal development. Okay, so it's a mix of all of this, but for action steps, because gratitude, I wouldn't say that's an action step. That's more just like a state of being. And personal development is, I don't know, that's spiritual work. That's alignment, right? Loving yourself, that's alignment. But action steps is you should be reaching out to 10 new people a day. 10 new people. And let me break it down for you guys, because I remember when I first started network marketing, like the thought of reaching out to 10 new people a day like really scared me, because I was like, oh my God, what do I say? Like, who am I gonna find, right? So when you think about 10 new people a day and you're looking for new people, I'm actually gonna pull this up on our team Discord because I want you guys to see this. I don't even know if I have it open. 1 second. I'm gonna open this up so you guys can take a screenshot of it. So when you reach out to 10 new people a day, you want to make sure that you're reaching out to people who you're going to want to like talk with, right? Who you're going to want to be close with, who you feel like would connect with you, would understand what this is. Great people to reach out to as well, guys, are entrepreneurs, people who are in business, people who are following other entrepreneurs, commenting on their photos, their pictures. And, you don't reach out to every single person, but when you find the quality person who you see as active, who's sharing their face, who's giving value to the world, just here's the script that you guys can use. And it's very, very helpful. And I got this from the playbook. So I know you guys are going to be able to use this and pass it on to others. Hold on, let me do another screen share. I swear, as soon as I started using these words, guys, I started having more people reach back out to me. Before, when I reached out, I felt like maybe out of 10, one would reach back out. But when you approach a business owner or someone who's in business or an entrepreneur and you say, hey, so-and-so, I noticed that you're crushing it in this. I would love to potentially connect with you on a business level. How are you doing? I also love to ask, like, where are you located, right? This is step one, okay? Once they respond back, again, on my Trello board, I move them over to the responded section. Then I say back to them, and obviously this is just a script, so you're gonna kind of base it based on who they are and what you've seen on their profile. So it's not really copy and paste, right? I noticed that you are, insert compliment, anything they might be doing well in their business and what you see. And I'm expanding my business project in the area. It may or may not be a good fit, but would you be at all open to a side income project if it didn't interfere with what you're already doing? And this is big, guys, because I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs who love what they're doing. They have clients, they make sales, right? But I know when Jess approached me with this, I was already doing like sales and stuff in other businesses, and I was making money, but I wasn't putting my money to work for me yet. And so to have something like this be brought to me, where it's like you can bring in 5 streams of income and you don't have to make a sale, but the sales you make, you can bring that money in and put it to work for you. That excited me, right? If someone reached out to me and said that, I'd be like, sign me up. Like, if you can teach me how to put my money to work, like, I'm there, right? So once they've answered to step 2 and they said, yeah, like this sounds interesting, right? Step 3, and again, I move them over in my Trello because they've now answered the question, they responded back, and they're in step 3, which is if questions. It involves making money, right? If they're asking about like what it is, what's going on here, it involves making money online. It's too much to explain over text, but when are you free over the next few days to connect on a 5 to 10 minute call, right? To see if it would be a good fit. And this is important because you want to connect with them. You want to get on that call and say like, hey, tell me more about, why you decided to, and you really want to be specific with them, right? Before you get on that call, go back to their profile And I keep every single person's profile in their Trello so I can go back and like click on it and look at it on my computer, go back to their profile. And let's say this girl Taylor the other day I was reaching out to, she does soulful business coaching. So I'd go to her and be like, hey, on the call, Taylor, I love what you're doing with your business. I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who don't really approach it from your angle. Why did you decide to start in this niche, right? I want to ask them questions about what they're doing. I want to get them thinking like they should be investing their money if they're not, right? I want to ask if they are investing their money. And from that call, if they're like, yeah, this is awesome, I'll invite them to an op call so that they can actually get the full breakdown of all the information, right? Because I'm not going to explain it to them on that 15-minute call. From there, I follow up. Hey, what'd you think of the op call? Which one did you make? Who was presenting? To just see if they were present and they were active and they were listening. That's when you bring in like Jess or me, your upline, right? Angel, anyone who's your upline, and you bring them in on the third way call. Because one, you've already connected with them one-on-one on a quick 10-15 minute call. Two, they've received all of the information of what IM is from a chairman, from someone who's been in this for a while, or you've sent them one of the recordings, right, of what this is so they can dive into it with more detail. Then on that call, that's just the call for them to make the decision or ask questions, right? Then you get to bring in edification, the third party, the person who's going to help you close, because that's just kind of how it works, right? So if you do this with 10 new people a day and you keep track of it with Trello, I guarantee you guys, just try it tonight. Just go and start with this first step, right? It's really easy. 5 steps. Step number 1, and watch how many people reach out to you. Like I wasn't using this a couple days before. Like everything is from the playbook. So use the playbook. It's amazing. I hope everyone's taken a screenshot of this and you guys can spread this out over like the chats and everything, because I know that it's really important to just kind of share the wording of this. And there's even a way to save in Instagram a certain script, right? So that when you reach out to someone new, you don't have to type the whole thing out again, but you can kind of like edit it based on who they are, right? So set aside, you got to schedule this in, right? I schedule in the time that I reach out to people. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes, sometimes it takes an hour, right? So I always like to set aside a good 30 minutes to an hour to go and connect with 10 new people, right? And if I'm feeling good, I might reach out to more, right? So this is the common thing amongst every single rank, that even if you're a chairman 100, chairman 750, 10 new people a day, right? Because you're just exposing people to the information. And what I really liked about what Mike Navarrete talked about in the leadership event is he said, guys, this is not just a trading platform, right? He's like, I guarantee you most of you are not here to just trade. Trading is fun. Don't get me wrong. It builds our money, but the money you bring in from trading is not going to really fulfill you, right? The impact you're going to make on others' lives is what's going to fulfill you. So think about it that way. We're not here to just build. It's quality over quantity, right? Better to really take time to connect with good 2 or 3 people, really help them see results and help them understand the system so it can be duplicated, passed on to them, and they can do the same for someone else, right? So I hope this call was helpful. Let me know if everyone got a screenshot of this, because I don't want to close this before. I think we're good. Are you writing it down, Angel? This is in our Discord, girl, so you can always come back to this. You're like, what is it? Beautiful. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on. I'm sending you all so much love. Thanks, Stephanie. I'm glad you enjoyed. And I did record this, so I'll put the recording up soon, okay? Beautiful. Mwah. Goodbye, my loves. Have a good night. Bye-bye.